In the aftermath of the Katana Man arc, Denji had finally gone on a date with the girl of his dreams, only to find another woman, get toyed with, and even get his tongue bitten off. Yet Denji still had feelings for this woman, and she even reciprocated these feelings. Now who was this woman, you ask? The one that could compete with Denji's feelings for Makima? The one that took on an entire division of public safety on her own? Well, her name is Reze, also known as the Bomb Devil. Reze, even in Chainsaw Man standards, was a free spirit. She first met Denji by walking into a phone booth he was in, and instead of saying sorry, she started laughing at him. Immediately after laughing at him, she invited Denji to visit the cafe she worked at, and instead of working, decided to just sit down and eat with him. From the beginning, she seemed interested in Denji, and started flirting with him, which was enough to convince Denji that she liked him. And she probably did. Well, probably not at that moment, because in actuality, Reze was a Soviet spy that was sent to Japan to steal Denji's heart, and not metaphorically, but his actual Chainsaw Man heart. Well, Denji actually thought the situation was metaphorical because quickly after meeting her, he had a near existential crisis over his newfound love. After pulling a literal "my mind is telling me no, but my body's telling me yes," Denji went on multiple dates with Reze and was leaning toward picking Reze over Makima. Now Denji was a simple man. He liked good-looking women that liked him back and didn't try to kill him. Initially, Reze met this criteria. He visited her constantly at her cafe, he went on multiple dates with her, and Reze even confessed her feelings to him. Makima was the clear number 2. That is until Reze bit off Denji's tongue. Earlier on, there were already hints that Reze was not what she seemed. During Denji and Reze's school date, she was attacked by a demon-supported crazed serial killer, and instead of being overpowered, she immediately broke her attacker's neck. After killing her attacker, she calmly sang a song in Russian, and then immediately confronted the devil that had been supporting the serial killer. This devil ended up being the Typhoon Devil. Now the Typhoon Devil was no pushover, as his name implied he controlled the power of typhoons. His strength was so immense that when he fought, it was a straight up kaiju battle. Now when Reze confronted the Typhoon Devil, he immediately submitted himself to her and agreed to help Reze if she would spare him. Now what normal girl would be able to get the Typhoon Devil to submit to her? That's right, there is no normal girl, and that's because Reze was actually the Bomb Devil. Now when Reze bit off Denji's tongue, she was inches away from taking Denji's heart, but at the last second he was saved by Beam. As Beam rushed away with Denji's body, Reze pulled a pin in her neck, revealing her true form as the Bomb Devil. Living up to her namesake, the main way that she would fight was by causing explosions. By flicking her hand, she could create a spark that would cause an explosion on impact. She could even use her own body parts as bombs, and at one point used her own head as a grenade. Her power was so immense that she beat the crap out of multiple fiends and decimated an entire division of public safety. However, as strong as she was, she somehow met her match at the hands of Denji. During Reze's chase of Denji, she had fought him once and put him to a near-death state, but after he was resurrected, he came back with a vengeance. Riding into battle with Beam the Shark, Denji rushed at Reze and the Typhoon Devil. After a massive battle, Denji managed to kill the Typhoon Devil but was left in a 1v1 with Reze. In a fit of deja vu, Reze again started to dominate Denji, but Denji with a stroke of idiotic genius realized that Reze couldn't create explosions underwater. Using his chains, Denji dragged Reze and himself into the ocean. After Reze nearly drowned, she woke up on the beach with Denji by her side. In a state of disbelief, she asked Denji why he had revived her, but Denji's sentiment was that while he could have just dragged her to jail, doing that would bother him for the rest of his life. Reze then asked him if he would feel the same way if she killed him right there, but Denji being Denji said, quote, "If he was going to die, might as well die by a hottie." Now Denji throughout this whole process still had feelings for Reze. Reze on the other hand claimed that all the flirting and dates she had with Denji had just been faked, but Denji didn't care, he still liked her. Reze then slowly approached Denji, seemingly to give him a kiss, but then quickly snapped his neck and started to walk away, saying that Denji should wise up a bit. As Reze started walking away, Denji yelled after her, saying to meet him at the cafe by noon. Now for Reze, it would make no sense for her to actually meet Denji at the cafe. At this point she was probably public enemy number 1, and to risk her life over Denji would be questionable. It made even more sense to not meet Denji once Reze's backstory was shared. In a scene between Kishibe and Aki, Kishibe talked about a fairy tale that was once popular in the Soviet Union. The story was that in a secret military room, kids with no parents would be taken and experimented on until they died. However, this story ended up not just being a fairy tale, but was discovered by an American journalist to be actually true. The Soviet military would experiment and create soldiers out of these kids, putting the kids through horrendous conditions. And one of these kids was Reze. So it would make even more sense after going through so much why she would seek self-preservation, yet she decided to actually go meet Denji. Now Reze actually had a chance to just skip town, but she purposely missed the train and decided to go back to the cafe. However, as she got close to the cafe, a horde of rats appeared in front of Reze. Out of the pile of rats, none other than Denji's number 2, Makima, appeared. As soon as Makima appeared, she said, quote, that I like the country mouse too. Now when Denji and Reze had gone on one of their dates, Reze had asked the question whether Denji would rather be a city or a country mouse. The city mouse would get to eat delicious food, but ran a higher risk of getting killed by a cat or human. For the country mouse, it would live in safety, but would not get to eat the delicious food in the city. Denji's answer was that he would rather be the city mouse, but Reze preferred to be the country mouse because nothing beats peace. Yet when faced with the situation to be a country mouse and run away from danger, she chose to go back to Denji and ended up facing the ultimate danger, Makima. When Makima appeared, Reze quickly tried to pull her pin to transform, but in an instant, Makima cut off Reze's hand. Reze in response dashed behind Makima to stab her, but out of nowhere the angel devil quickly impaled Reze with a spear. As Reze lay dying, she looked over at the cafe window and saw Denji. With her dying thoughts, she said, quote, Denji, truth is I've never gone to school either. Meanwhile, Denji waited at the cafe until closing time and only left when he was forced to leave by power. Heartbroken, Denji stayed in a daze while everything around him reminded him of Reze. However, in a few chapters, he did get over her. Now the Reze that had been seen in this part of the story was forever gone. While fiends technically could not be killed, her personality from that point was never the same. While she makes an appearance later on in the story, she's nothing more than Makima's slave. And unfortunately, that is how Reze's story ends.